Hello again. Before we get into this car review, I just want to say one thing, that I am very proud and thankful for you guys who have been subscribing and supporting my channel for a year now. We are almost approaching to 100 subscribers, and the past month in December 2021, my channel grew tremendously even through the holidays. So I really much appreciate to those of you who have checked out my YouTube channel, watched my videos, and subscribed, and received me different car suggestions to do a review on. At the time of recording this video, I have 39 videos. If you are new to my channel and haven't watched any, be sure to go check them out if you enjoy learning about cars. Once again, I really thank you all so much for the support. Alright, so by the way, this car review of the Ferrari F430 Scuderia is the full remake of my first ever car review video I posted exactly a year ago at this time of recording. The reason of this remake is because to give it a refresh of where I started and how I'd come a long way in 2021 making and doing virtual car reviews from an inspiration by YouTuber Doug DeMiro. If you watch my videos since day one, especially the first original review of the Ferrari Scuderia, you'll notice a huge difference between that first video until now of how they've improved over time. If you've never seen them, be sure to check the old one out and other video car reviews by the end of this video remake, if you dare to do so. This means the second time reviewing the Ferrari F430 Scuderia, one of the special limited edition mid-engine Ferraris ever made designed by Pininfarina. The F430 Scuderia, like some other Ferraris, are obviously special, one of a kind, and was always considered a highly underrated Ferrari over the years. This V8 powered Ferrari racer is listed as one of the forgotten Ferraris that people tend to forget about sometimes. Like newer track day Ferraris, the car is lightweight, powerful, and still is fast by the modern standards since it first launched in 2007. The Ferrari F430 Scuderia was a special series based on the regular F430 that debuted in 2004 and aimed specifically racing on a track at Ferrari's most passionate and sports driving oriented buyers. The Ferrari Scuderia is really a different machine to the F430. It's far more credible and has many upgraded parts inside and out. Therefore, the pressing horse concept during this car development was strictly focused on being lightweight, simple, and boasting of the kind of race technology that was completely innovative of that time. The result was the F430 Scuderia, the direct successor to the 360 Challenge Stradale that landed in 2003. The Scuderia name defines as stable, but also used in the context of motor racing teams like Scuderia Ferrari that competes in F1 racing. The 7-time F1 world champion Michael Schumacher spent a lot of time testing the F430 Scuderia when it was being developed in 2006. He carefully applied the method that made him unique on the racetrack for many years, stuff like the steering wheel controls and all the ingredients. A light and powerful car, comfortable and ergonomic, with an incredible weight-power ratio and an integration between aerodynamics and design. This high-powered Ferrari took the formation from a Formula 1 car that was translated into a road car. The mighty Scuderia was one of the most popular Ferraris ever and became such a supercar killer in the mid-production cycle, aimed to compete with cars like the Porsche 997 GT3 RS and the Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera. The Scuderia is lighter by 220 pounds, down to 2,975 pounds curved weight, and delivers 20 more horsepower than the standard F430. Thus, that increased power comes from a revised intake, exhaust, and the knock detection system that allows for a higher compression ratio in the engine. The F430 Scuderia is powered by the 4.3-liter 90-degree flat-plane crankshaft V8 as in the name, like the standard one that's capable of revving up to 8,500 RPMs and produces 503 brake horsepower and 347 pound-feet of torque to the rear wheels through the 6-speed single-clutch automated manual gearbox. Ferrari replaced the gated manual that was in the standard F430 known as the F1 Superfast 2 gearbox, used on most Ferrari models for faster accelerating 65 millisecond shift times and improves weight reduction. The Ferrari Scuderia accelerates from 0 to 60 mph in an astounding 3.6 seconds, top speed of 198 miles per hour or 319 kilometers an hour. If enough straight road and the right engine temperature, it is bound to touch 200 miles per hour. The styling of the Ferrari F430 Scuderia is really a masterpiece. The bodywork is substantially clean and gorgeous from the front to the rear, the sides, and even the paint scheme it was given. A traditional Assetto Corsa red with gray dual stripes from the front trunk over the roof and then onto the lip spoiler. The rims were gold and different with the horse badge to the base F430 with carbon ceramic brakes. The Scuderia has an aggressive front bumper with large intakes and a more distinctive style, and with wide mesh metallic grills than the base F430. The rear bumper also is aggressive with two race exhausts on the intakes, with the F430 Scuderia badge in the carbon rear diffuser. The Scuderia has a lot of carbon fiber like the mirrors on the exterior to save a lot of weight, but even has more in the interior. Particularly extensive modifications have been made to the exterior with significant efforts to enhance downforce. What Ferrari did to create the Scuderia is subsided 220 pounds out of the F430 by removing all of leather from the seats, doors, floor carpeting, and radio stereo. All the interior are completely loaded with extensive carbon fiber and Alcantara on the dashboard. The style of the interior is like a racing car with components from an F1 car. The center, it just has the air conditioning controls and that's it. The steering wheel has the race car suited with the red dial that allows you to assist driving modes: sport, race, traction control off, and stability control off, and changes the characteristics of how the car behaves. The red engine start button and the F1 sequential manual pedal shifters mounted on the steering wheel to quickly shift gears, and the F1 shift lights to indicate to change gears. The F430 Scuderia was one of the last Ferraris with the F1 sequential gearbox before switching over to dual clutch. Carbon fiber is everywhere, like the center console stack, the door panels, some on the dashboard, the steering wheel, and even the gauge clusters. The manual seats are made of mesh material and designed for extra support in extreme driving conditions with racing harnesses. They do provide less comfort than the leather seats in the regular F430 for hardcore racing, including less sound deadening, titanium road springs, and hollow anti-roll bars, creating the ultimate driving experience. This Scuderia practically is more compromised for weight savings in the interior. So instead of having storage compartments that the base F430 has been replaced with nets. The front trunk offers 8.8 cubic feet of cargo room like any F430, which is good average, but this racer isn't the type of Ferrari for picking up groceries or any large items. The F430 Scuderia is appealed to enthusiasts to drive on a racetrack on the weekends. The Scuderia, like many other Ferraris, is one of the coolest looking Ferraris ever. This just looks great and sharper than a regular F430 as the car drives so good. The integrated E-differential in the gear change is undoubtedly the most significant feature given to the F430 Scuderia after the F430 for the first time that's been used for many years in Formula 1, which provides the required torque to work for each driving wheel and allows different wheel speeds. The Scuderia was equipped with the F1 traction control system derived from Formula 1 cars that allows drivers to push the car to its limits and regulates the amount of power from the engine to prevent the car from losing traction and stability. The sound of the engine and exhaust note is one of the most distinctive characteristics of any Ferrari. But the F430 Scuderia V8 sound is just pure music to anyone's ears and so loud inside of the car, thanks to no sound deadening. It sounds like a race car, and that's the most dominant between the car and its driver pleasure of having fun, because the exhaust system is a direct descendant of the F430 Challenge car and the regular F430. When you put your foot down on the gas, she screams like symphony, especially with a straight pipe exhaust. While it may not keep up with the latest supercars today anymore, this proves that you don't need the newest or most expensive any supercar or Ferrari to have fun, as today you could get one for over $250,000, which again, it is still expensive today but reasonable for being extreme. Second to last of the true V8 Ferraris prior to the 458 ever built, and it's only worth it if you like driving on back roads and racetracks on the weekends. The Scuderia is striking, beautiful, and always will be timeless. Hopefully I get to ride in one of these in real life. So, that was the end car review of the Ferrari F430 Scuderia remake, and I hope you guys really did sit back and relax and enjoy this video remake apart from the original. And if you did, do not forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to always subscribe to my channel if you want to see more upcoming videos of car reviews. And I've been saying this for a year now, that you are more than welcome to give me any car suggestions to do a review on in the comments down below. Let's virtually walk to the Ferrari F430 Scuderia and get inside and stuck the keys into the ignition and press the red start button and start the engine. Make sure to adjust your headphone volume for the symphony of the Ferrari sound. Peace out. Stay safe.